How to structure conflict in your short story. Imagine a story where everything is smooth sailing, and suddenly a storm hits. That storm is your conflict. It's what keeps your readers hooked and eager to see how things turn out. Without conflict, a story can feel flat and uninteresting. So, how do you build conflict that feels real and compelling? Let's break it down step by step. First, think about what your main character wants or needs. This is their goal, whether it's finding a lost item, solving a mystery, or overcoming a fear. Once you know what they want, you need to introduce obstacles that stand in their way. These obstacles are the conflict. They can be outside forces like another character, society, or nature. Or they can be inside the character, like doubts, fears, or moral dilemmas. A simple way to structure this is to follow a three-part framework. In the first part, the introduction, you show your character in their normal world. Then, something happens that disrupts their routine. This is the inciting incident, and it sets the conflict in motion. It makes clear what your character wants and what stands in their way. Next is the confrontation. This is the middle of your story, where the conflict escalates. Your character faces setbacks and challenges that become harder to overcome. They might have to make tough choices or adapt to new circumstances. This part keeps your audience engaged because they want to see how your character handles the increasing tension. Finally, the story reaches the resolution. Here, your character faces their biggest challenge, the climax. This is the highest point of tension. Afterward, you show what happens as a result. The conflict is resolved, and your character changes or learns something. The ending should feel satisfying and tie up loose ends. You can also think of this in terms of a five-part structure called Freitag's pyramid. It starts with the exposition, then the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and finally the resolution. This helps you map out how conflict develops and resolves. Remember, conflict doesn't have to be physical. Internal conflicts like guilt or self-doubt can be just as powerful, especially in stories that focus on emotions or psychology. The key is to keep the stakes high and make your readers care about what happens. To make your conflict work well, start with a clear premise that highlights the challenge. Outline key moments where the conflict develops. Every scene should push the story forward and deepen the tension. Raise the stakes gradually so the reader feels the urgency. And when it's time for the ending, make sure it reflects the conflict's impact on your character. By structuring conflict this way, your short story will have a clear arc that keeps readers interested from start to finish. It helps your characters grow and your story feel complete. Remember, conflict is the engine that drives your plot and makes your story memorable.